Hey patrons, it's Drew Scooter here, and I'm recording screen recording. I got an inexpensive Android device, so I could try to do some screen recording tutorial videos for people that have Android. But a lot of these videos are cross-platform. It won't matter if you're on an Apple phone or tablet or an Android phone or tablet. But there are some little differences, and I just wanted to be able to address them for Android users. So the first thing is, for those of you that have just become patrons in the last few months, most of you should get a video email like this from me. You should also be getting emails from Patreon and setting up your bonus content, and an email through Patreon messaging from me about setting up your bonus content. Those will come at various times, but make sure you're getting those messages and they're not in your spam folder. The next thing to do is to make sure. Oh, so the next thing to do is you'll get this email from me. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Like it might not have got sent out. It could have gotten your spam folder. You should also check. And this is only for current patrons. I can't resend these videos or anything. But this is just a good starting place for a new patron, whether you're on Android or thing. But anyway, you get to watch this video either way. So if you don't have the video, you could just watch this video right now, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to hit play, and it'll take a second because this is a very basic tablet. And you see here, oh, okay, there's a play button. It says, hey, thanks for your support. Just click that orange button to add, and if you're stuck, start here. So let's watch the video first.
Hey Drew, it's Drew. This is the message I normally send to patrons to say, hey, click this big orange button to set up the bonus content from your phone or your device. It'll open up something called Acast for Patreon. You'll click allow, you'll log into Patreon, and then it'll bring you to a screen where you can subscribe in a bunch of different podcast apps, including apps I highly recommend, like Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Overcasts. So see what happens. Try click at those links and see if you don't have what happens. This is a video for patrons to troubleshoot or to walk them through it, because they would have been getting this video too, or they and you should check their spam folder to make sure they got the video. And then if you're stuck, like you don't use any of those apps or you're still stuck, try clicking this link in the notes, Drew, to see if you could open up the page that has resources, and see if you can follow the resources on that page or add some new ones after making this video and trying stuff out on a new device. Also, you could try to contact support through our resource page. That's a great way to get help. What else? I don't know. I was going to think of one other thing I was going to say to you. Oh, don't try to click this. Make sure you click it from a device. That's when that button will work. That button... But you should try to see if that button works from the Patreon app, even though this video is coming through the email. So I don't see how that's... But anyway, Drew, thanks for the support, and thanks for trying to help your patrons make sure they have the bonus content. Because did you know, Drew, that 1 out of 3 patrons doesn't have the bonus content set up? And we don't want them to miss out on all the fun and sleepy stuff. So click this button and show them how to set it up already. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Drew.
All right, so that was Drew sending me that video, patrons. So I will include the same link that is in this Get Your Bonus Content link. It's always the same everywhere for every patron because you have to log in. So if you're worried about that, you could just click it in the comments or the blog entry for this video. But so there's 2 options when you get this video, or if you had it. One is to like highlight this link here, which I've never done on an Android device. There we go. And then you could just open it up or copy it. So I could open it on Samsung Internet or I could copy it, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to try to get my bonus content. So I touched that. Now I have to look up my Patreon password for my personal Patreon. Let me see my... Okay, so this will probably be fuzzed out, but I'm going to log in. And you do need that. And then you put in your password, which will be fuzzed out, so you won't be seeing this. But you do need that stuff written down somewhere. I have it in my password thing on my phone, and that's how I was looking it up. So there you go. And then it brings you, once you're logged in, let's save that. Sign in information. So you'll come to a screen that says Acast for Patreon, and you'll click Allow. And so I guess you log into Patreon first, and then you click Acast for Patreon, and then it brings you to the screen where you could subscribe in a bunch of different podcast apps. Now, a little bit of a secret, I don't have any of these apps installed currently on my phone because I wanted to do this. So let's just see what happens. I don't know what this Android one is. So let's just touch it and see what happens. Don't think Android. I don't know. Is there like a built-in Android podcast app? Doesn't seem to be, huh? Okay, and then if we click Radio Public, it won't open because Radio Public's not on my phone. Oh wait, loading random show. Okay, let's see what happens. Don't think that's going to work. Maybe it's going to Radio Public's website, but let's see what happens. So the next stage would be for me is to go to the Google Play Store and download one of these apps, which I guess I could do. Let's just go back here. Oh, it brings me all the way back. So let's see. Well, I may cut this part of the video out, but I'll just show you real quick. Let's try to, that's what I just downloaded now. Let's just download Radio Public. Radio Public, we're going to install it. It's installing. And let's download Pocket Cast while that's installing. Pocket Casts. Okay, and then what we'll do is try to go back to that where we were. Okay, so we got back to this. Watch the video I recorded for you. And we'll do that. So then again, obviously, this is if you have a brand new device, it's easier to download Pocket Cast and Radio Public first, but let's go through it again. We'll hit that button. We're already logged into Patreon, so we don't have to log in again. We'll click Allow. It'll bring us to this screen. Let's just see what happens with Pocket Casts here. And now it opened Pocket Casts. And waiting. Oh, something's happening. Now remember, this is a very old device. I mean, not old, but not an inexpensive device. Okay, so we're going to want to subscribe. Oh, yeah, there's the patron feed. I think this is the $5 patron feed. And then we're subscribed. Great.